we are going to do another baking video. So, before we get into this, I want to tell you that earlier I had gotten a package from a friend of mine, and they had given me this ice cream maker. So, first I want to give out a shout out to you. Thank you for the ice cream maker. I should have done an open book box. I forgot what those are called, but one of those videos where you open up and you talk about it. But anyway, I was busy all week, had to get some plans done, had to get some situations settled. So I'm going to make up for that by making the chill out ice cream that we probably made this before, but this time we're going to do it a little different because of the fact that we have this ice cream maker. Now, this ice cream maker only makes a pint of ice cream, okay? Only a pint. So it's going to be a small dose, but hey, we're going to put the whole thing into a jug and we're going to, at some point make the whole thing. But we're just going to use a part of it. So we have most of our tools here. Part of the ice cream maker right here. We have our cup. We have our 1/4. We have our colors, dark blue and white, which we don't have blue, so we have to be creative. And we have some tools that are also part of this machine. But before we start, I do want to say that I do need to get one more ingredient. But before I go and do that, I do want to also admit that we are also going to be adding milk, and we also have cream. All right, so oh yeah, and of course we have our you know, and of course one of the ingredients, of course, is white chocolate cocoa mix. So yeah, so anyway, so I want to say that the room that I am in now is a what I'm going to try to make into a kind of like an art craft studio. This is where I'll be making videos from now on. This is where I'll do most of my creative mind stuff. So, um, but yeah, so we have all this stuff, and I do want to say that right now we are doing the monster voting contest. So if you are on Instagram, go check that out. We're voting on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Right now we're taking a vote on, is it who's the better monster friend, Bubonic or Rupert, and I think Bubonic might be winning. So, but there's still time to vote. So go ahead and take a moment and vote for that, while I go ahead and get this one piece of our material that we're making. I'll be right back. All right, so this right here is our cooler, which we had to put into the freezer for 24 hours, and it kind of is put together like this. All right. So here is our machine. We're going to hook up our whisk to it. There we go. All right. All right. So usually how we make our chill out ice cream is we use condensed milk and we use creamer, and we use most of all the ingredients. But apparently this my pint book comes with some ideas on how to make different kind of ice creams. It's funny because like they say that there's like recipes inside, and I want to get you the head first that the only recipe they have for ice cream is vanilla. So they say to put cream, milk, sugar, and vanilla extract, but they do have like frozen yogurt. So yogurt. Um, there's raspberry sorbet, and then they have like how to make like different kinds of ice cream. So like how to make salted caramel. That's just it says here it's just classic vanilla with caramel and crushed toffees and stuff. So it's like basically saying like with your vanilla ice cream, add this stuff to it. So it's kind of a recipe book, but it's kind of just like splash it. So we're going to use this recipe book and make this ice cream. Um, so this says right here we need 2 cups of creamer. So we are going to pull out our creamer. Sorry about that. Put that right there so that way it's closer to the plug. Alright, so we need to put in 2 cups of creamer. So we're going to add our 1 cup. Alright, that's our 1 cup. Alright, and then we're going to add our 2nd cup. Which, by the way, we are not using this whole entire thing. This only can contain 1 cup, but we only use this basically for mixing. So, just want to be clear on that. Alright, so we got our 2 cups of creamer. Heavy cream, which I don't know if you knew that or not. So hey, if you want to make this sugar and pears ice cream at home, be sure to just follow the recipe that we are giving you. But this is an ice cream that I created myself, of course, with the theme of sugar and pears. So before I tell you anymore, so we're going to add 1 cup of milk. All right. 1 cup. But yeah, so all right, now this is the part that we're just doing the extra stuff because we're going to be making our own ice cream. So I'm going to use 1/4 of white chocolate cocoa. Alright, there we go. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to mix this up. So let me get a mixer real quick. Alright, we have a whisk, so we're just going to mix that up. We're not going to mix it up too much because we want the cream to be able to do that while it's in the ice cream maker. We're not going to add in the colors just yet because we want to do that while it's mixing, once we get it all mixed up and into the machine. So, alright. So you don't have to use a whisk like I am. Like I said, I'm just using this because it was convenient to use at the time. So, alright. So we're not going to, like I said, we're not going to just mix this all up. You know, we're not gonna whip the cream. We're just trying to mix up the ingredients. Trying to get that white. We're trying to get that white chocolate in there. Alright. Alright, we're gonna stop right there because one of our ingredients that we use is almond bark. One of our ingredients that we always use for our ingredients is almond bark. So we're going to shred some of that. Alright, just shred some, not a lot, and we just mix that in. Alright.
Hey, listen, man, don't you be jumping up
I
in
am going
room,
to
man.
clean up after myself. Don't worry.
And what you doing with that scraper there, that shredder there?
I was just using it.
That's a cooking item.
Yeah, I know, and that's what I'm doing. All right. So, got that all mixed in, all right? So, now all we need to do is we need to pour a cup of this mixture in here. All right. And we're going to put it into our little machine here. All right. So now we're going to add in our colors, which, like I said before, we have dark blue. I get that dark blue in there. And we have our white. Because we don't want it to be dark blue, we want it to be a lighter blue. Which, I mean, this whole thing's gonna give it that light blue because this is all white, but we still want to. So anyway, now once we have all of these ingredients into this small little machine here, sorry, I didn't know you couldn't see it. We're going to put the top on this, seal it on, and press the button. Alright, so I was told that part of this machine had to be into the freezer for 24 hours to make this work. So that's what I've done here. While we wait for this, it never really said how long it's supposed to. It never said how long it's supposed to be in there, so we'll just give it about a few minutes. Meanwhile, we'll mix this up a little bit more, make sure all the ingredients are in there. I'll make sure that the ingredients are dissolved, but we don't want to whip it because if you whip it, then it's gonna get kind of creamy, and that's what this machine is doing right now. So so this is a machine that like I said, was given to me on my birthday. I didn't get to do an open reveal box video because it was just a busy week. So I'm basically showing you it's being made right now. We're gonna see if it works, how it works, you know, all the goods. So, but like I said before, we are doing a live, we are doing a voting thing on Instagram. So be sure to check that out whenever you get the chance, so you can vote. So we'll be voting Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So we're gonna give this a few minutes and check on it a little bit later. So if you need to take a bathroom break or if you want to check out other YouTubers, be back here in 2 minutes. Alright, so let's check on our progress so far. So let's turn this off real quick and let's look at it. So, um, well, it's definitely looking very liquidy. So, as you can see right here, it's very liquidy. So it's getting there. Alright, so we're just gonna keep it going. So, as I said before, Sugar and Fears is doing a voting progress. So every Friday, every Saturday, and every Sunday for this month, we're doing a progress. You can see our voting progress on Instagram. Um, apparently, apparently, this is weird to me. Apparently, you can't do polls on Reels. I promise you, like you can't do polls on Reels. Um, so what I have on my videos are quizzes. So basically, I get a non. Um, technically, in a way, I kind of get a non um, lethal vote in the whole contest. You know, a vote that does not count. I don't want it to count anyway. So I basically pick on which monster I think is going to win, and then of course the winner gets picked. So yeah, so I'm going to show you today's video that we have posted. So let me pull it up here on my education tablet. Why do I call it an education tablet? Because of the fact that I use this for educational purposes, but when I'm not using it for educational purposes, I'm using it for social media. Alright, so it's very short. It's very short, I know. And it actually didn't even feature me. I was kind of in a hurry. I couldn't find the pictures of the monsters at the time, so I had to just be creative and do what I had. But so far, we have um, we have about 50 votes, so we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. All right, let's check this out again. All right, it's getting a little thicker. It's definitely getting a little thicker. So, sorry, I'm trying to see. It's supposed to be like locked in. I don't think it's gonna affect anything. If it does, it doesn't. But so making sure that I did everything correctly in this process. So let's see this. So it says remove all packages materials from around the my pins. Okay, check out the pin has no visible damage and parts missing. We did that before the video. Before using for the first time or before using after storage time, wash and dry. Yeah, we did that. The cooling bowl must be in its upright position. The freezer temperature must be at 0 or -2 Fahrenheit for the cooling to freeze properly. Okay, we did that. Chilling your ingredients. These are recommended. Before this interesting. So it's saying here that chilling your ingredients. So basically putting this stuff into the freezer. Huh? Okay, so I guess we didn't do that. My dash, my pen cream maker can be used into two modes, electrically and manually. Alright, so we're using the electrical version. Motor unit can be used without the motor and simply involves mixing ice cream, using mixing spoon, cooling spoon bowl, and the clean this and use in cooking. Okay. Okay. So apparently this can be used for 20 minutes, okay? It is recommended to freeze the cooling bowl for 24 hours before processing the ice cream. Prepare your ice cream mixer and allow it to chill from 1 to 3 hours. Oh, hold on, right? Prepare your ice cream mixer and allow it to chill for 1 to 3. Okay, so we kind of do that. So I did have all the ingredients put into the refrigerator before placing it in. I guess you're supposed to make the mix and then put it in the refrigerator. Interesting. All right. When significantly cold, place the cooler bowl into the cooling container, which we never did that. Place on a stable surface. Yep. Attach the paddle. We did that. Plug it in. Yep. Slowly pour your chilled ice cream mix into the bowl. Yep, you did that. Press the power switch on. Immediately after your power switch, gently lower the motor with the spinning paddle. Try to hold on to the base. So apparently we're supposed to be holding on to it. Press the power switch to turn the motor on with the paddle spinning. Immediately after turning your power switch on, gently lower the motor onto the spinning paddle. Okay, so I was supposed to turn this on first and then put it in. Okay. And allow the paddle to combine the mixer. Be sure to hold onto base. So this is what we're doing. We're holding on to it. The mixer is fully frozen. Rise to fill the When the mixture is fully frozen and rises to fill the cooling bowl, the ice cream is ready to serve. Use your mixing bowl to enjoy the ice cream right in the chilling bowl. Okay. And the manual mode would be to just use the mixing bowl. And then, of course, like I said before, it also says that this is supposed to hold 1 cup, which we put 1 cup in. Okay. All right. All right. So this apparently is how you make ice cream. Looks like frozen yogurt is a lot easier because it says 1 cup. It says basically 1 cup of your favorite yogurt flavor. Add the yogurt to the pint ice cream and press start to begin. That's it. That's how you make frozen yogurt. You just put the yogurt in here and mix it. Yeah, that's simple, huh? Raspberry sorbet happens to have fresh raspberries, sugar syrup, or maple syrup. And then put it in the food processor and blend until smooth, and then pour it into here. So that's a little bit more complicated, okay? So anyway, so let's take a look. Well, doesn't look like ice cream. So I guess there are some things that we did kind of skip. I mean, we did use the stuff in the refrigerator first, but it's all right. What we're going to do now is we're going to put this in the refrigerator, let it stay in the refrigerator overnight, and try it again. But would I recommend buying this? Would I recommend buying this? Probably not. And the reason I say that is because you've seen me make ice cream. I mean, I've used condensed milk, cream, and all my other ingredients, and it's worked perfectly fine. So I actually don't think you really need this ice cream maker at all. But thank you for watching, and hey, remember, chill out, because even though it didn't work, we still had fun trying, right? Have a good one. Oh, and don't forget to vote.